resonates most with you as a group?
Wow. Boom! I love that.
I'll take that too.
We've never discussed that.
Mike's answer. Mike's answer.
As a group?
Yeah, like what would be the band's myth?
Well, can you maybe, as at least a place to start, the album cover for Carry the Fire?
Yeah.
Oh, ugh. The Rape of Europa.
Nice and wholesome.
I'm not gonna rephrase that one because that's literally what it's called. But that's the myth of a young princess who was playing in a field with her friends, and then a beautiful bull came and was so nice. Was like, come on, just pet me, maybe go for a ride. And she was like, great, this seems mystical and it was totally normal that this is happening. Then the bull was Zeus, and he carried her across the sea, and she found it. Yeah, and then that's
but a lot.
But the thing that I love is I'm reading a book right now that's a retelling of the Greek myths from the female perspective and as told by women weavers, because that was a huge process of storytelling. Some of you maybe are familiar with this, but anyway, it's good. I'm enjoying it as it's funny to read something that you're I already know all this, so I'm just reading it. I don't know. Anyway, brain. Check in. Okay. But what I really appreciated about reframing that myth is that when you're telling a story about an ancient Greek princess and she gets swept away and raped by Zeus, and then oh, woe is me, an entire continent is named for her. My thinking frequently is sort of how do you know that that's how that went down? Maybe the bull, to me, because the bull frequently represents in my mind chaos, chaos being kind of the harbinger of new life and the thing that's essential for the otherwise kind of unending cycles to break and be fractals and come to life in new iterations. So I like to think of it as maybe that's representative of her having an idea or her having her own big spiritual force that carried her somewhere else, and that was actually what could have founded a new land. And from her family's perspective or from the patriarchy's perspective, it was a total, when you think about a god coming down to earth, in later stories, that ended up being kind of a positive thing. In, for example, the Christian, I'm going to say this not to offend anyone, the Christian myth, because it's a story. But that, to me, let's take it for what it is, maybe it was a divine inspiration. Maybe it was a divine sense of self that led her from her home somewhere new and, gave her the power and the authority to found a new place.
And two things. One, I love that just the power of you, or the significance with which you take it, that you would say, who knows if that's how it all went down?
First of all, it's
when the
factual.
god Zeus came down.
Right.
This is literally this historical story.
Yeah.
Who knows how this went down?
Exactly.
But our
say?
look, we're very committed to the work of reconsidering, gender binary, all of that, but in our early thoughts around the when we were looking at that imagery, we wanted to
Flip the script.
Yeah, to flip the script in terms of the power that was being
Of the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah, and the fact
Of
that
the
she
woman
was
and the bull.
She was, yeah, we saw it as her mastering the bull, and
Well,
kind of-
you say that. I wouldn't have said mastery, but I would have said that actually the life force of maybe the woman figure is carried to new places by
Fair.
the chaos.
Sorry, yes.
But because I think that it is kind of that is the masculine dynamic, is that somebody has to have control over the other. But I think it's more the mutuality of there is not a binary. This is an in concert thing. So
You'll notice a progression in the 4 studio albums we did. Carry the Fire is the myth of Europa, and then the second is they're separate but on the same album cover, the woman and the bull. And are they dancing or are they fighting?
Well, also
And
the
then
Minotaur. It's the
third-
Minotaur, which is another myth about all of the virgins being fed to the Minotaur, and then a woman ultimately breaks that cursed cycle.
And the third is the woman on her own album, The Light, and then the fourth is the bull, separated. So it's kind of this
And
a
the
theme that we've been playing with all the albums.
irony of the woman on the Light album cover is she's bound. She's like a figurehead from a ship. But I always thought that was a very ironic placement, because figureheads were meant to kind of guard the ships, and so you had this female figure as the breaker of waves and as the like protectress, and so there's something about kind of like what you wrought from the bound woman is actually like a fearsome, very fearsome thing that actually would be not something you would want to encounter, whether you're a sea monster or
We wanted to play with
an
the
island.
duality of these things, but welcome to our TED Talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such a
There's a
thorough
transcript
answer to
of
that. I
it.
appreciate
We've
it.
never
I hope-
thought about it before.
I hope whoever asked the
Wow,
question
okay.
doesn't regret asking.
I don't regret it at all. Thank you.
Beautiful.